Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another video. I am currently drinking some iced coffee. If I look tired, it's because I am tired. I was up until 1:30 in the morning sweeping out my new garage with Dylan last night. I actually just purchased a new house, standing in it right now. It's very exciting, but I realize that some people are just here for food content and some people want to know more about my life. Surprise number two, I started a second YouTube channel where I'm going to talk more about it. And I also want Dylan to be involved more because we have a lot of land now and we want to get more into gardening, eventually build a greenhouse, things like that. So if you're curious and seeing the full house tour, I just posted it on my other YouTube channel, so I'll link it in the description below. But this video is going to be more about what I eat in a day. So because this house is very empty, as you can probably tell from Echo, we really don't have a lot of stuff. So I'm really happy that Caraway Home gifted me these pans. They're so beautiful. And I wanted to show you guys before I make all of our food for today, because today I'm only going to be making one pot recipes. I've been eyeing the Caraway Home pans for forever because they come in so many different cute colors, and nonstick pans are something that I use all the time, but some of them can be formulated kind of with ingredients you don't really want to be leaching into your food. So I'm really glad that these don't have that. So the set comes with 4 different pots. We have a saucepan, a small saute pan, a larger one, and a pot. And then we also obviously get a set of lids. And the other thing I love about these is the storage system they come with. So these are all of the lids. This one works for the pot and the smaller saute pan. So you can mount it on the inside of a cabinet. And then the pots even come with magnetic pot holders. So I just took 2 out now so you can see them. There's a holder for each pot. They're like nice. They're actually plastic, but from far away you really can't tell. And they come together. They look nice and seamless. And it's just so beautiful. So I'm so excited to cook with this. If you guys want to check out Caraway Home, I'll have a discount code below. They're not sponsoring this video, but they did gift me this product. And the link is an affiliate link. So full disclosure, but I'm so excited to cook with these. We have some peaches that are getting kind of soft and that we need to use up. So I'm going to be making my peaches and cream oatmeal. It's an overnight oatmeal recipe originally, but I have stovetop instructions, so I'm going to be doing it on the stovetop today. In the recipe, I normally blend 1 peach with the milk. So it's like a peachy milk, but we don't have a good blender here right now. So I'm just gonna chop this pretty small and cook it with the oats and hope it dissolves a little bit. And then I'm actually gonna keep this one raw and then use it to put on top. So I just put everything in the pot, and then I'm just going to bring this up to heat and cook it down until the oatmeal gets to the consistency that I want. The oatmeal is done. I just stirred some yogurt in to make it nice and creamy. So now I'm going to plate my portion of it and top it with some fresh peaches. Here is my bowl. Like I said, we only have 2 bowls right now. They're actually our camping bowls. And I wanted to show you guys our dining room setup. An outdoor table and 2 chairs. In a massive room. So it's time for lunch, and I'm going to test a recipe that I want to put on my blog. It's going to be like a butternut squash and bean butternut squash quinoa with chickpeas, but all in one pot. It doesn't really matter. I could have just said chickpea quinoa, but the main point is it's like quinoa and we're adding stuff to it. Okay. Anyways, 1 pot like grains are really convenient because as long as you have enough water for the grains to cook, especially if you're using a nonstick pan, you can just throw a bunch of other stuff in there and it'll warm up and cook along with the grains, making it a really great convenient thing for meal prep or an easy dinner, or today for us, lunch. So I chopped up 1 butternut squash, peeled it and diced it pretty small because quinoa only cooks for 15 minutes. So I do want this to be pretty small so it cooks within that time frame as well. And then I'm gonna go with some classic flavors that go well with butternut squash. I have 2 cloves of garlic that I chopped here. And then I have a sprig of rosemary. Got my quinoa in a bag here. And then we're also going to be adding some chickpeas. And just to add a little bit of extra flavor, we're going to be cooking the mixture in some vegetable broth and water. This is vegetable bouillon that I buy in a large jar, and I just add water to it to dissolve it. So you can make this the easy way and just put everything in the pot with water, but today I'm going to try to actually infuse the garlic and quinoa in some oil first, which will spread throughout the dish more, so we'll get more of the flavors, because I don't really want to chop this rosemary up. Some people don't like biting into fresh rosemary, so if I infuse it, then I can just take this out at the end. So we're gonna see how that works. So I heated up about a tablespoon of oil in my pan. And now I'm just gonna add the garlic and the rosemary in without chopping it up. Then I'm gonna stir this around until the garlic starts to get golden. And it's gonna smell nice and fragrant. Let me see if I can adjust this camera angle for you guys. So it's starting to smell fragrant, and now I'm just going to add in my butternut squash. I'm going to add in my quinoa. We don't have measuring cups at this house, so I'm just estimating with a glass. I'm doing about a cup of quinoa, and then I'm adding 2 cups of liquid. And then I have the equivalent of 1 cup of vegetable broth in here, so I'm just going to plop that in and then stir this around until the vegetable broth dissolves. And then last but not least, I'm going to add in 2 cans of chickpeas. And that is it. We're just going to bring this to a boil and then cover it, cook it for 15 minutes or until the quinoa is fully cooked. So this has been cooking for a while. Now I'm just gonna stir the chickpeas in. As you can see, the quinoa is perfectly cooked, so it's still nice and fluffy. The butternut squash is cooked. When you come across the rosemary, you can just remove it. And now we're all set to enjoy. Here is my bowl. I topped it with some tahini. I probably would have added greens, but I'm feeling lazy and we have a lot of other work to do right now, so we're just gonna eat this and call it a day and eat some greens with dinner.
I'm ready.
His and hers. I don't know if you can really tell.
Have you told?
This is definitely bigger. It's been a long, busy day, and now I'm gonna get started on dinner. So I'm going to be making my 1-pot vegan mushroom stroganoff, which is actually the most popular recipe on my website. I definitely showed you guys how to make it on here before, a while ago, because it's a few years old. But we're gonna be making some substitutions based on what we currently have in the kitchen. Oh, and as a snack, I stacked on some gluten-free pretzels, and I'm also drinking half of this ginger berry kombucha. So for this recipe, I like to use mushrooms, and I quarter baby bella mushrooms, so they kind of form like beef chunks in the stroganoff. And then besides that, we're also going to be using an onion for our veggies. You need 8 ounces of pasta. I'm using a gluten-free chickpea rotini. And then we need 4 cups of vegetable broth or beef flavored broth. I usually use the latter, but I only have veggie broth today, so I'm using that. It'll be fine. And then typically at the end, I stir in some lemon juice and cashew butter, but I couldn't get any cashew butter at the grocery store, the one I went to, so I just got some vegan cream cheese instead. I think I have this listed as a substitute on my blog post already, but you can use yogurt, cream cheese, vegan sour cream, coconut cream. As long as it has some tang to it, the lemon juice helps with that. You just really want to add some fat at the end. We're also going to garnish it with some parsley. So I usually start by just sauteing the mushrooms and onions in a little water or vegetable broth, but today I am melting some vegan butter to saute them a little bit first, because that's just what I want, and it's going to be really good. So we've got some flavor on our veggies now, so all that's left to do is add in the pasta. Oh, I almost forgot. How could I? We need some nutritional yeast. Then we're gonna add our vegetable broth. And then we're just going to bring this to a boil and simmer it down. And as the pasta cooks, it'll absorb the liquid, obviously, and form a thicker, creamy sauce. So this is what it should look like once it's finished cooking. The sauce will thicken up a bit as it cools. So now I'm gonna add in my cream cheese and my lemon juice, and then just stir until the cream cheese is nice and dissolved in the pasta. Got our steamy stroganoff, and the last step here is just to top it with some parsley. I was thinking of folding greens in it earlier, but I'm kind of in a rush and I don't feel like it. So this parsley is our greens for the day. The light in the kitchen is so nice this time of day. Okay, so this is our dinner, but Dylan and I just called you dinner, are actually gonna take this on the road because we need to go to the hardware store, but this new house is kind of out there, so it's further away from the hardware store, so we're gonna take it with us, and I guess take dessert too. What did you pack? We packed some almonds, some chocolate, Tony Chocolonis, and more pretzels. I already ate some.
There we go.
So
let's go.
Yeah, let's go. We just got back from our late night adventure at the hardware store. It's 10:15. Can you tell I'm tired? I feel like my eyes are half closed. I'm having a snack before I go to bed with some dates. We need to unpack everything we got and actually need to clean our closet and unpack some bins because we're moving more stuff tomorrow. So I need something to keep me awake. So that's it for this day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That was really unattractive. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Hope you guys are having a good one. See you in the next video. Bye.